Hello and welcome back once again, guys, to another episode. Now, this one's slightly different because it's still going to be Youjo Senki, just this kind of OVAs, but they're mini, really short, 2 minute, like mini episode things, and there's going to be about 12, 13 of them. So I thought, all in one go. So let's see how that turns out. And obviously, because this is the last time that Youjo Senki is going to be on the channel, unless there is more seasons of it, I've got to put on another show. If you don't know what that is already, you can check down in the description, head over to the Discord, and just, find out. But, without further ado, let's see how the OVAs fare for Youjo Senki. Okay, so it's going to be this kind of style. Well, she's in battle gear, so she's not going to get great food straight away and drink. I have had raw egg on rice. It's not actually that bad. It's actually quite nice. Okay, something that I didn't really need to know there. And a child moaning about vegetables isn't exactly new. Yeah, I don't like sauerkraut either, so that I can get behind. Oh, right, okay. Because soldiers aren't exactly paid great. And you don't look particularly... Yeah, I was about to say, you don't look particularly convinced with that spiel that she just gave. Yeah, she's so grateful, blah, 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 blah. I like this cute style. Okay. We've already known most of this. I suppose, but that's not what the higher ups or anyone else says. Why is it that Victoria Seryobyakov is one of the few that actually kind of sees Tanya in a good light? So she's doing her best to prove that she's a valuable resource. She is so innocent, isn't she? And she always tries to see the best in everyone. And now it's trying to comprehend. Dandelion coffee. It's close to the and that's how she rectifies the inner conflict. Convinces herself that what she saw wasn't, in fact, the truth. I'm guessing this is taking place alongside the episodes. It's not a term that they use at the minute, is it? Okay. Mm-hmm. Reaffirming or redefining. Yep. Fair enough. But also, even if it is a deity and has the power of a god, there's no proof to claim that it is like the creator of everything god. And is she just standing there making all of these facial expressions, not expressing any words? Yeah, it was all internally. Yeah. Try and play it off, of course. And of course, because it's Victoria, she'll believe it if Tanya says it. But now you've got to actually put that in place. You see the juxtaposition between the two characters there. Wow, he looks didn't transfer well over to this style. Okay, I'm not. What is the whole point of this one? Is she gonna snap its head off? Oh. Once again, she's internally monologuing here and not really doing much. Yeah, and you wouldn't have had the computation gem and everything. How many is just going to be Sobiovkov falling for everything that Tanya says and ripped it apart? Hmm. He used it against her, isn't it? Oh, right. As soon as Being X comes back in the form of that nutcracker, she'll break it straight away. Not that it really affect anything, because it inhabited the body of the pilot. But you can't just pull it off like that. It's still something, yeah. Mm-hmm. Wow, her uniform turned quite dark there. What was that meant to be? Like soup or coffee or something? It was definitely a slurp. Okay. But it's probably have to be quite widely manufactured for the battlefield, so it's not going to be great. When you're deprived of everything that actually has nutrition and good ingredients, then you start to become accustomed to it. If you starve yourself, then anything tastes good. Kind of. So she's now. Is she worried about not growing up or growing out, if you know what I mean? It's not really something you should be worried about. There's a lot of worse things. But even still, upset. Maybe that wasn't right in translation. You can say that about anyone. It doesn't have to be a specific gender, because you can never think what someone else is like. Actually, you can never know what someone else is thinking. So it's best to keep air on the side of caution. Oh, okay, yeah, that's funny. Knowing more about the character, that's funny. Two of them kind of translated quite well. One of them not so much. That's basically the same noise that Kazuma makes in Konosuba. So it's kind of like CPR that he managed to come back. Grants. But it kind of worked. And I remember the episode this was taking place, obviously. That's not how it happened. Yeah. She always likes to put Tanya on a pedestal, but it might be for the best of her most of the time. Yeah, kindness isn't a factor. I'm guessing the original Japanese is more insulting than that. No? It was that Lieutenant Vice. Very nice. Which episode is this about now? I'm not sure. He's having to explain himself, so only a few episodes to choose from. He doesn't deserve to be in the unit. You nor me. It's going to do any damage to the shield? Yeah, there we go. Not through act of kindness, but if doesn't want to lose a member of her unit, especially a lieutenant. Quite a lot. Knowledge from the future to look back on events like this is quite helpful. Oh, it's spelt correctly this time. That's also a compliment, I guess. And it's funny because she was like really young compared to them. Probably best not to think about that one too much. And only because we know that it's a reincarnation issue that actually makes sense. So does she have the SMG at this point? Have we seen her just use magic spells? Well, we know her duel is more powerful and requires prayer. I don't get it. What contributes as extreme, and also the reactions of these characters are just so hard to properly calculate. Yeah, I'd much rather face an enemy than disrespect Tanya. And if you die, I'll kill you. So this is the explanation. Okay, well that. So they're all expecting some big battle. That's why she's got a rifle, but no. So she doesn't, because she's a child. Can they get anything like that out to the medical compound? I can't remember what they're actually called. It's not exactly a hospital. But I do know that in the World War One field kits, they had small amounts of non-legal substances now. Probably best to stay out. Who do you rather upset? Lieutenant Vice or the Major? Could never hurt, but then again, if she says no, you're then out of luck. Because then you can't steal it, can you? Okay, yeah, but so now we know that Tanya really likes sweets. And then she sees the chocolate. Yeah. Do you want some? I was expecting her to launch at the bed there just to grab it. It's the. Wait, who was it that got poisoned? Okay. Not the best way to get either sent home or die. Although, just testing by taste isn't the best way to find out if it's rotten. Yeah. Because if something's poisonous, then tasting it isn't the best way to ascertain that. No. Well, it's growing eyes. this, this girl. It's sprouting. There we go. Don't eat them. I've not experienced proper. Well, I've not heard of anyone having proper reactions to potatoes. I mean, ignoring the Irish potato famine. That's different. Don't eat the green bits. Okay. But what biological warfare? Is this about potatoes still? Uh, she is something, isn't she? That girl. I mean, it's kind of adorable, but it's also, honey, how are you this dumb? So he doesn't have a good poker face. Why don't they play? Well, I guess he's got a bet with stuff. So yeah, okay. I was trying to think of an easy way to get everyone playing for stuff they want, but it's nah. So now they're just arguing over who's good or not at playing poker, essentially. Oh yeah, because he likes chocolate as well, doesn't he? What about alcohol-filled chocolate? Yeah, see, that's what I thought. But where does the alcohol or chocolate come from? That's the only issue. Leave. That would be asking a bit for just winning card game. Now they're gonna play with some fervor, aren't they? And they're all. She doesn't even want the holiday, does she? I mean, we were told that she was good at cards. She's the only one that wouldn't want to leave. How many women do they come across in this? Well, I guess they do get leave, I suppose, but still. So he aggressively compliments. Some people do feel like they're just being nice when they're really not. I don't want to know what Vice was doing then. And the others do have a right to complain against him if he's too aggressive. Isn't the right word, but it's also the correct word. But the lieutenant is so cute because he likes chocolate. Oh, yeah, that's. Don't do that. And now they're going to rush to her defense. Or is he still distracted? Oh no. Cool. They're like protective big brothers. But apparently it doesn't extend to him. Only those who harass. Yeah, Victoria. Double standards and hypocrisy. Okay, this should be the last one. So she's still writing her diary. And she's still writing about her as if she is this amazing. What was it she used earlier? Was it. How many of them actually complimented it like this? And how much of it is in just what she believes happened? In skill. They're not. And they're calling her fat. Well, that's not what Tanya's saying, but yeah. Well, that's not what Vice is saying either. Yeah, good. It's good that no one makes advances on Tanya. Okay. Cut him off. Does that mean from drinking, or does that mean a more violent exchange? Yes, yes, yeah, that's exactly the case. She is loved by God. I can see how someone with such an innocent perspective and outlook on life can kind of come to that conclusion. Unfortunately, that's not exactly the truth now, is it? A lot of stuff went on in those mini episodes, and I missed some stuff I shouldn't have. I inferred stuff that was relating to the wrong episodes, and I got the general gist of it wrong, especially near the end. But overall, I think my knowledge on it wasn't too bad, and when we're talking about the actual mini episodes themselves, they're not really anything that we should take as logical canon for the show, for the universe, because it is just how the unit interacts with each other, and they're like kind of like character building between themselves. It was not necessary for the series to. It's not a necessity. You don't have to watch this to understand anything in depth for the series. We learned that both Tanya and the Lieutenant Weiss both quite enjoy the odd chocolate, and that was a I'm not sure what the correct word would be, but like a bonding moment between Tanya and the lieutenant himself. So, oh, he likes chocolate, doesn't it? Does he? Oh, that is adorable. Kind of seemed a bit condescending coming from Tanya, but as certain bits were kind of alluding to earlier, she is this salary man from the future alternate universe and has had experiences that a normal person her age wouldn't have had and wouldn't know about. And so that's what kind of makes it funny in certain respects, especially when all the other characters have no idea what's going on in that respect. When someone's not informed about something, take me for example. Say I'm going to start watching something. I have no idea what it's about. So drop me in about halfway. I can kind of get along with what's going on. I can make distinctions between certain events and characters. But I'm going to miss the point, aren't I? I mean, that's kind of self-evident. And that's kind of what's happening with all the characters in the platoon when it comes to understanding Tanya. Because it's not a little girl, but it is a little girl. And also the devil incarnate. And when you think about it, it's the battle between God and the devil. Okay. But it's also the battle between God and an atheist. So a theist and an atheist. They're just interesting battles to have. Unfortunately, in Youjo Senki, it is quite evident that deities and the like do exist. But just being able to prove that it has godlike power hasn't proved that it is God. And that's what she objects to. And that's what I admire about her. Basically, anyone else would be like, yeah, okay, you're pretty much God, aren't you? But that's not good enough because it hasn't crossed that threshold. Not that was really explained or done in this episode, these episodes, so I shouldn't get into that kind of conversation. And this has been going on for almost 40 minutes now. I didn't expect it to last that long, but I guess 2 to 3 minutes, and there's 13 of them. Well, there were 13 of them. Yeah, okay, I can see it. So, hopefully this hasn't been going on for too long. Hopefully you haven't fallen asleep, got on board, wandered off, made yourself a sandwich. Well, you wouldn't be listening to this bit if any of those were true. Unless you've just finished making your sandwich and coming back, in which case rewind, because you might have missed something. If you have enjoyed, let me know. Commenting down below and leaving a like, subscribing to the channel. And if you have subscribed to the channel, click the notification bell, because sometimes you don't get told when I put up a video. And if you want to stop that, that's a good way. You won't miss anything then. So if you want to see more of my lovely face, I pity you, really. I want to thank everyone that has been following along, everyone that has joined the channel because of Youjo Senki. And I hope you're all enjoying yourself. I hope you all pretty much just continue having amazing... just stay awesome. I can condense it to that much. Just stay awesome. Because you guys... well, it's pretty much one way I can describe you all. So, I'll keep it as that. Join me again for another episode. It won't be Youjo Senki, but it will be something else. Hope you're excited.